multi-layered program that is designed to hit at a number of different issues. So in a nutshell, it takes formerly incarcerated men, so people that have come out of the prison system, and it takes foreclosed homes, which if you know anything about the Chicago-Lawn area, you'll know that it was one of the hardest hit areas by the foreclosure crisis in 2007. So 50–60% of some of our blocks are just completely boarded up homes. So it takes foreclosed homes and it equips the brothers that come out of the prison system with green retrofitting skills. So they have this new kind of state-of-the-art skill set. They strip the house, they green retrofit it so that it's environmentally sound and LEED certified and all that good stuff, and then that becomes their leadership development home. So that is one of the projects that I think we're really, really excited about. And I want to show you. I'm just going to show you this clip so you have a better understanding.
Our community is experiencing foreclosures at a rapid rate, and vacant properties are unsafe in neighborhoods. Being able to rehab vacant homes brings vitality, it brings life, it brings energy to communities that need it. We are taking a systemic approach to addressing the foreclosure crisis because we're not only helping to rehab homes in a green way, we're also building up the skills of individuals who live in these areas to be able to train others to build homes and hopefully build on this multiplying effect where more of our homes can be restored to the dignity that they had before the foreclosure crisis.
Another great thing about this project is that it allows an organization like Iman and an organization like ISNA to use these federal funds and to partner with other Islamic institutions to fulfill our duty as Muslims and help out to make these neighborhoods safer and to help produce more productive members of the society that are going to live right here in this community.
The reason we need to heal the hood because the hood is hurting. You know, the hood needs some peace. You know, a little love for our neighbors, for everybody that's around.
I'm not asking you to donate, though you could if you wish. And one of the huge things that kind of is the vein that runs through all of our work is our organizing and advocacy, which I have mentioned on a number of occasions now. We do a lot of the advocacy work, for instance, that we do is done in alliance. So we have an alliance that we actually helped to found called the United Congress of Community and Religious Organizations. And under that, we do work on housing, on criminal justice, on education reform, on immigration reform, and are able to really kind of move significant state and city policy around issues that affect our community. One of the campaigns that I'm really excited about and that I'll just kind of skip over to is our health and wellness campaign. It's called Muslim Run, a campaign for health, wellness, and healing. This is actually a campaign that that really it triggered something in me when I first learned about it. I, as my bio noted, I grew up on the south side of Chicago. In just your average middle-income African-American community. What I noticed, what I saw growing up, what I didn't actually notice when I was younger, was that we only had one grocery store that was in our neighborhood that we could go to within walking distance or within, a short bus ride. And that was a Jewel that was really, really, really expensive at that time, and at least in this neighborhood. And so growing up, and I joke about this with my husband, because my husband is always like, let's go to Jewel. In my head, that's like, no, it's so expensive there. But the Jewel in our neighborhood was really kind of pricey. It was a place that we only went if we really needed we really needed those eggs today. If we didn't go to Jewel, we went out to the suburbs, we went out to some place that's kind of further on that had cheaper Cubs or an Omni. Those things don't exist anymore, but they were cheaper, full service grocery stores. But for a lot of folks, both in our neighborhood and around our neighborhood, that's not an option. It's not an option for them to just kind of drive out to the suburbs or drive out to, out where groceries are cheaper. And what those kind of people rely on then, and what we relied on if we were really desperate and didn't want to go to Jewel, was the corner store. And the corner store is, as the name suggests, it lays on the corner generally, sometimes in the middle of the block. But they're very small stores that are just chocked full of everything and anything. They're usually rather dirty. They're usually rather they're just not really hospitable places on average. And the thing about Chicago, at least, it's like this in different metropolises around the country, but specifically in Chicago, those stores tend to be Muslim run. They tend to be Muslim owned and run, and so it's kind of just it's an odd kind of it's a contrast, it's a conflict of interest when you're thinking about a community of people that are supposed to have these higher values, that are supposed to be inspiring good in their communities, and all they do is they come and they set up shop and they sell trash to their neighborhood, and it's just not a very good combination. And so that's something that as I grew up really started to weigh on my mind, and when I found out that Iman was working on a campaign like this, it really, really inspired me. So Iman is trying to work with these corner stores, with these owners, to start cleaning up their acts, to start literally cleaning up the stores, to start engaging their community members in a positive, healthy way, to start taking out some of the alcohol and putting in some of the, juice, fresh foods, things that are actually healthy, things that actually are that help to foster a healthy community and healthy families. And it's something that, it's not without difficulty, but it's one that we're very happy to say that has had some success and has had a number of stores kind of sign up to really be involved in the process with us. So moving on, our arts and culture, as I mentioned, the two kind of events that we have that we're most known for are, one, our smaller community cafe. Community cafes are, they're bi-monthly, every other month. At this point, we have around 350 to 400 people that come every month. And it's just a showcase of a lot of different kind of artists, singers, rappers. We have, musicians. We have spoken word artists, poets. And it's a really great way for people to all just kind of get together to enjoy some good art, to enjoy good music, and to really have a great message underneath and a call to action at the end. So that's something that we're really proud of. And then there is our festival, Taken to the Streets. This will be the 15th year of our Taking It to the Streets. And by that, I mean this is actually our 15th year as an organization. And this will actually be the 8th time that we have streets, since we do it every other year. Don't do the math, because it doesn't actually work out. It's been 3 years since the last one. But the next one is going to be in June 15th of this year. And Taking It to the Streets is really just it's our work on a huge scale. The last Streets we had was in 2010. And it's a day that brings together artists from around the world now. It brings in scholars, it brings in activists, it talks about the issues that we discuss on a daily basis on a broader scale, and it engages people from across the city, and now I have to say across the country. And it's, for us, it's the one day that kind of really gives a display of this is what our community could look like. This is what we, in 20 years or in 50 years, we could see the whole, at least the whole city looking like this. Again, those who know the Marquette Park story probably know that Dr. King marched through Marquette Park in 1966. And he wrote about it that he could not believe the hatred and the cruelty that he saw there and that he experienced there that day.